Well, hello there. Welcome back. This is a candid conversation about dating responsibly, and most specifically, we're talking about choosing better men. And the reason why we're doing that is because Kev Carr's book, Date Responsibly,
it's out.
Part 2.
It is. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is McKee, and I'm doing the help out.
You are.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You should be.
We're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
I think we need to turn this into a TV show.
It should be.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be great? Oh my god. I feel like we want to either chest bump or like do high five.
That'd be dope.
So we've had some really, really great conversations. And the reason why Kev wanted to do this is because, not only because the book is coming out, but because we as women...
The book is out.
Not only because the book is out.
Okay. I thought they were sure she got it right.
But I think it's also because I just think it's important that we have different conversations than we've been having. And you know, I'm a fan. My whole career, from my own book writing and everything else that I do, is about reframing the conversations we have with ourselves. So this is right in line because a lot of us go into relationships not intentional, which you talk about a great deal, not only in part 1 of this series, but in this series as well. I mean, part 2 of the series. It's imperative that we take a different look at how we are walking into relationships, because that sets the tone for the kinds of relationships we'll be in, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so part 4 is about what your choices say about you and your comfort factor, which I think is huge, because I don't think we really think about the cause and effect of things. We don't think about the consequences of our actions. We just kind of like, oh, he's so cute. He makes my heart flutter. And, then the rest is history.
And so that is really just I start that section off kind of like, it get right to the point. And I say something that's really just kind of a hard thing to hear, but it says that your choice in men says more about you than it does about them.
Ow! Hold on, I need a minute.
I know.
Ow.
I know. That's a hard thing to hear.
Your choices in men, and this is true about everything.
About everything. But since we're talking about men.
Right. Your choice in men says more about you than it does about them, because they're going to be whack whether they're with you or not.
And so, and so how I kind of rationalize that is just that it's a chart. I put together this chart in the book.
Okay, I have the chart. I'm looking at the chart.
You got it. And it's just that who you date.
Right. Okay, I did my own little. Who you date corresponds with
is the result of
what you find acceptable.
And that's behavior. True. Interaction, just how he approached you.
Yeah.
Who you sit down and spend
time with. Light skin. Yeah. Like, if that's how you
But some people find that acceptable. And so who you date, so if you look at the last 4 people you dated, that's what you find acceptable.
Excuse me a minute, I need a moment.
And so, and they may have been great guys, but we had to have that conversation though. Right? And the second thing to say is who we have sex with. Right.
Who corresponds with.
Is the result of the value that you place on your body.
That's true. That is very true.
Because whenever you have sex, whether it's 2 days, 1 week, 2 years, you've determined that this person did enough to now have your body.
I'm not being contrary, but is it really doing enough, or is it an earning thing? Because I really don't like that.
No, I don't want to say earning.
Think about how sex and earning is equated so strongly.
I don't want to equate it to that, but it's basically this person has demonstrated
their love, devotion, whatever it is you feel.
He's demonstrated a level of whether you want to call it effort or character he's demonstrated a level of character that you feel comfortable enough to give him your body. And that's another hard thing, but it's the truth.
You're slicing them up right now.
And so, but if we never have these discussions,
you're right.
Then we can never really progress. Right. And
so what? This is an end of the world scenario before we finish the chart. Okay, so what happens if every single woman on the planet gets that memo? Do you know how many dudes walking around here sad with their pants pulled up?
It'll be rough.
Damn. Wow. Okay, so the third part in your chart says who you give your heart to is a result of
where you find comfort.
So we'll just, I don't want to get too much into the pathology of people's decisions, but because we do understand that there's a pathology. You know, some women are looking for their fathers, you know what I'm saying? So they're dating their fathers, you know, may not be physical,
we didn't get
but
into that.
we're not doing the pathology. We're not negating that there may be a predisposition going on in your spirit that's causing you to make weird choices. But I'm a fan of, rather than deal so much in the past and, you know, regurgitating that to the point of ridiculousness.
We
if you know better, you do better,
talking about
right?
from the day on. That's what matters.
No, I'm a fan.
And so really about from right now, let's make better decisions.
But what about if you don't know that you're not making good decisions?
Then
it's an outcome piece, isn't it?
No, absolutely.
Like, to me, if your life and your relationship or whoever you're with is not, you know, if the results that you're getting is not conducive with what you really feel like you deserve, then that's your choice.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. Why do you think we stay in relationships that aren't suiting, that don't suit us?
Well, I think, and then that's the next section after this is, is the comfort factor.
Yeah.
And one thing that I will say is this, just because you're comfortable doesn't mean you're happy.
Yeah.
And so sometimes people, men, women, not even just in relationships, in jobs or in general, we stay in relationships more because we're comfort.
Yeah.
And it's hard to break attachments. It's hard. It's not an easy thing. It's not easy to just say, okay, you're doing this, you're doing that. This guy's not treating me right. I'm done. I don't.
But a lot of times it's really not, he's not treating me right or she's not treating me right piece. It's just you're not a good fit because you didn't make the choices in the beginning.
But 3 years in, that's not an easy thing to do. And so the truth is just that the comfort factor. Don't let comfort rob you of really what your true desires.
So okay, we've already discussed that we have to put rationality sometimes in front of the GUI.
Yeah.
Right, because the GUI can take over.
Yep.
But now so you understand that you probably didn't make a good choice, like you didn't set it up properly. How do you face the fact that you didn't set it up properly and make good with that?
Well, I think you just have to do it. And it sounds cliche, but that's all you can do. Is one, recognize it. Okay, I am with a person who is not the right fit for me. Okay. And so the decision is: do I stay? Do I keep this up, or
do we get married, have 5.2 kids? Yeah. I should say 2.5 kids. 5 is a lot.
And so, that's why it's called date responsibly, because as you're dating, is really just finding that right fit. It's not about right or wrong person. Do we fit each other? Right. And so, again, thank you for joining us.
No, this is so good. I want this to last forever. Yes, this is so great.
We leave it. We got one more to do. We got one more.
Okay, one more to do. Okay, so my name is McKee. This is Kevin Carr. The book is called Date Responsibly Part 2, Choosing Better Men. Ladies, let me tell you something. This dude right here is not a Voldemort. So you can listen to what he's saying.
It sounds like a vampire.
It is. It's like it's using your powers for evil instead of for good. And you are definitely not that. So I'm very proud and excited. So we'll see you in the next video.
Yep.